I'm Harry.
Who died? I'm Richard.
It's Dead Dex.
Yeah.
Dead Dex.
Yeah, buddy. All right, buddy. Yeah. Everything died.
Let's drink to that.
That's why we even are here.
Thank God.
I just got deeply depressed between here and the fucking camera.
It happens.
Oh, God dang it.
Being next to you.
I don't blame you. So what am I talking about today?
Today, Richard's going to give us the breakdown of Imagica, the book.
Yeah, my opinion. This is a book review only because there's a CCG made exclusively on this book. This big, monstrous book. 820 pages of fatness.
Big old fatty.
If you don't like it, you can always use it as self-defense mechanism.
Or offensive mechanism.
Yeah. You come after somebody with it, scare the shit out of them.
Yeah.
It's a pretty impressive book.
Or in the apocalypse, you can burn it for a couple of days. Stay warm.
This came out in 97. This is by Clive Barker. Yeah, if you've not heard of him, he's a British novelist, and I don't know if he's as big as he once was. Used to hear him a lot mentioned around the same times as Stephen King, being compared to him. So I know he was big in that era. I think he started writing in the 80s, but I don't remember that.
You know, known most famously for Hellraiser and Candy something?
Candyman.
Candyman.
Yeah.
Candy something.
Horror fantasy.
Horror.
Yeah.
And then it's been brought to our attention that they're about to reboot Hellraiser.
Yeah.
I hate this. I'm gonna tangent for a
Go
second.
for it.
Fuck all y'all. Make some original shit. God damn it. All the things have been turned up or used up turning at theme parks
That's
apparently. Right. I hate the fucking reboot culture. I hate the remake shit. Just stop. Just quit. I'm not watching any of that garbage. I've never even seen the original Hellraiser. If I was going to watch one, I'd go back and watch the original. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Leave things alone.
Yeah, I think what I read was that he just got his rights to most of his stuff back, like in 2020. So all of a sudden now he's wanting to shop it around, like it did belong to other people and went back to him, something like that. So now that's the best we can tell why Imagica is suddenly of interest again, and because he's actually mentioned this as potentially being a movie or a show. He's pretty much feeling out everything for all of his properties. So I don't blame him.
No, I don't blame the author or the writer or whatever to do that. I just blame anybody that will take it on and redo something that's already been done.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yep.
For fuck's sake. If you can't do something different or new, then just stop.
Just stop it.
I'm not going to watch any of that shit. New Matrix recently came out. I don't what the fuck do I want to watch some new Matrix movie 30 years later for? The first one was great. The other two were good enough, which is by far our motto.
Good enough.
I don't need another one. The fucking story ended.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Tangent over.
Well, that was a good one.
Back to Richard.
Clive Barker is a very eclectic guy. He's a multi-talented guy. One of those people you can easily dislike because he can do everything.
Not Bo Burnham, Bo Burnham's one of those guys, but the other comedian, Dimitri Martin.
Oh, yeah.
He makes me mad.
Yeah. Those kind of guys. They always aggravate
Sing,
you.
draw, act.
Yeah, he paints,
Big
does
comedian.
movies, produces, writes books, does all kinds of shit. So, anyway, my thoughts on the book. I'm going to do this without spoilers, really. I won't have any specifics in there. The pros are, it's a fantasy world, which I really like, and it's a big one. I'd say it was trying to be really big. I forget the word I'm trying to think of right now, but yeah, he had big dreams on this one, trying to jam a lot into one book, and I really like that. I like epic fantasy a lot, so I like the world building. I like that it's a huge, crazy world. It's kind of a standard fantasy adventure trope too, and that people start out, they seem relatively normal. Then they find out they're not. They're cooler than that, and they take an awesome adventure, and they go to weird places, and yeah, I dig that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's well written too. I mean, he's a good writer. In terms of you're not going to read it and go, "Oh, this is for young kids," or "It's dumb," or no. He's good. A lot of the characters are super interesting, and they're all over the place. There's all sorts of creatures and things from these other worlds and some of the things that I wasn't crazy about. Rather, I wanted this to be bigger. The world building, because of even as big as it is, it's kind of flat because they show up somewhere. There's awesome people and awesome characters. It just doesn't have time to really flesh out a lot of them. So
Yeah, and most epic fantasy ends up being at least a trilogy,
yeah,
if not more. Looking at you, Robert Jordan. But,
R.I.P.
Yeah, and there's a reason why their trilogies are more. It's because there's so much to create, especially if you're creating a brand new world, and especially if it's in a made up new world where you got so much to explore and flesh out.
Yeah, and these are the other worlds in here. I'll talk about a little more, but they're big. I mean, they travel across them for a long length of time, so they're all, it's 5 distinct worlds you could have really fleshed out. So yeah, it feels a little flat and skimmed over for that reason, because it was so lofty. Characters and places both. Sometimes it's illogical. That's going to be a common complaint of mine. Wheel of Time sometimes felt like that to me.
Yeah.
The ending of the initial Wheel of Time book, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I was like, something's umbilical cord? What the hell's happening? Anyway, sometimes that stuff bothers me, but that's relatively minor. I can get over that. There's some really weird, kinky, crazy sex shit in there that, I don't know, whatever. I was kind of strange. Like, what's that movie, Hostel? Was it Hostel?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you ever see that movie? No, never seen it. It was like supposed to be a scary movie, and it was basically porn, and it was just a weird juxtaposition. So there's kind of a romantic love conquers all sort of, and mysticism in here too, and then combined with some of that and the weird shit, it can be odd. I'm okay with odd though. Yeah, one of the other things I didn't like, it just kind of threw me, is that one of the ongoing themes that's mentioned all over the place is men are evil. Dudes are bad. Women are never evil. They're great. But guys are pretty much shit, and women should rule everything. And I don't know. I just didn't really know what that had to do with a lot of everything else. That was kind of off-putting. Took me out of it a little bit.
Yeah. Woke before woke.
Yeah, started woke apparently. So the plot summary we alluded to a little bit is this. This is based on 5 dominions, which are basically parallel worlds. 4 of them are considered reconciled, meaning they're connected. You can walk from one to the other. Earth is the only unreconciled dominion, and you have to actually know how to do some magic and transport. It's not directly connected, so a lot of the plot is about reconciling Earth, and bringing them all together. The reconciliation. Yeah. Magic has mostly disappeared from Earth, and a lot of people have forgotten about it, and whatever. So, I did like this. Overall, I like the book. I would read it again, probably will, so make sure I didn't miss things. I tried to pay very close attention, especially, what the hell word? Asbestos. Especially in relation to the card game. The card game has 330 cards in the set. So they had to they either made shit up or they dug really deep. From what I can tell, they dug really deep. Did you switch to we're double beveraging it?
Yep. Coffee and bourbon.
Yeah, buddy. Now you see what we do in the background.
Only 2 beverages in the world.
Yeah, they both have water in it.
Yep.
I need to drink water.
Hydrated. In Abu Dhabi.
What the fuck was I saying? Oh, I don't know, actually. Oh, the card game. So
yeah,
they did a great job on the integration, from what I can tell. There are a couple things I don't know where they came from. I'm going to go back and look. But I caught a lot of references to minor characters. Some of the ones that I wish they had developed more. So that was cool to get to see an artist's interpretation of them. And they have some great artists in the card game too. So
there was 50 plus artists in the game, right?
Yeah, they had a lot.
That's impressive to be, and we've mentioned this before, how consistent they were over between 50 artists to keep the card game looking uniform. Well, uniform.
Yeah, you can tell there's a different art style, but they did something. The way they did the card design and everything around the paintings, it makes them more uniform than they should be.
Yeah.
It's really good. They did a really good job with it. But I did enjoy this, despite me having some complaints. That doesn't mean it's awful. I hardly ever read a book and think I wish I hadn't read that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was good. Enough that I'm still very intrigued with the game, especially because I think they went really deep into the world. And even a lot of the abilities seem to tie in with what they should in the book. They do what you would expect. People that are allied in the book or allied in the game, that sort of thing. So, just a few examples of how much they dug deep into the world. There's some expressions and things and people that are mentioned literally one time, as far as I can tell, in the book, that made a card. Jeffrey Light is one that I only remembered because I thought it was funny. He's barely mentioned. He's the architect of some location in the book. But it says that he mysteriously died by being choked on a bull pizzle. Which I confirmed the meaning of before the video. It means dick. Bull dick. Oh.
Died by bull dick.
Mm-hmm.
Choked on it means he was, you know.
Yeah, had it in his mouth. And there was never any explanation as to why that was. It was just there. It was great. There's also a reference to them getting a ride from somebody with a rooster. That this guy told them that with the rooster shits in this big wagon of shit he has, it makes the shit inedible. So they didn't eat at his table. That's just fucking great. But anyway, he makes the shit taste terrible. It's a shite rooster, I think they call it.
Well named.
Yeah. There's a hotel that I think is mentioned once that somebody stays at 52nd Madison, and that location made a card. And then there's a saying that I just thought was really cool. That was, "May everything be as it seems," where one of the magicians says that to a character in the book who thinks that's some sort of greeting and says something back. And later they explain to him that's actually the worst curse a magician can say to you. What they mean is, may everything be as surface level and useless and meaningless as it appears. We're really all just dirt and you're going to die and it's meaningless. So, which makes sense in this world of, magic and other dimensions. And may everything be as it seems. That's pretty cool. And that is a card, a cool looking one too. So, anyway, it's enough rambling, but yeah, I would say read it. I mean, it's worth it. It's pretty cool.
You can get it cheap, or you can get it for.
I think this was $4 or $5 shipped.
So you can get it for less than $10 shipped.
It is an old library book, but it was actually in really good
Doesn't
shape.
matter if you're just reading it. Who the fuck cares?
Discard, but I didn't.
Yeah, and you should see the amount of notes he took while reading it.
Oh yeah, I forgot those were stuck in the back. These I'm actually going to translate over to a spreadsheet.
Yeah, you will too.
And I will, yeah. That's for you all. That's every minor character, every location. From page 1, whenever I saw a character location, I wrote it down. Because I want to go back and look and see if they have a card. So that will be with plot spoilers. That'll be for anybody who's read the book but couldn't remember what some of the cards were a reference to. So.
And one day you'll thank Richard for that, because it'll probably end up on the website and be the most immersive description of the card game that's out there. Because he'll know everything. He'll have it all written down.
I guess.
In a spreadsheet.
No one else will probably take the time to do that. So.
Richard will, though.
Yep. All right.
Dick will do it.
That's all I had to say about that.
Yep.
How'd I do?
Good enough.
Yeah, buddy.